Good evening, everybody. The topic of my class today is narrative writing. So, first of all, I will explain to you what is the meaning of narrative or what is a narration. So, narrative is when you narrate something, you tell something. In fact, you share your own personal experiences about something. That is known as a narrative. Okay. And it's very interesting to write narratives, you know.
Miss, you had asked me to unmute.
No. And let's have a look at it. Today I have brought a very interesting topic for you. What do you see in this picture? Okay. What do you see in this picture? Okay, Janvi wants to answer. Okay.
I see people like
And
drinking tea, serving food
okay,
to each other, and saying hi to each
do you think that these are different windows of different rooms or rather different houses? So how do you think these people are related to one another? Sai, what do you think about that? How do you think these people are related to one another? Do you think that they are neighbors? Yes, they are neighbors. Do you have neighbors, children? Janvi, do you have some neighbors? Katyaini, you have neighbors?
other. Miss, I don't
Yes,
have
ma'am.
any neighbors.
Oh,
I
okay.
only have one neighbor next to my house.
Okay, right. Okay. Katyaini, you have neighbors?
Yes, ma'am.
So generally where we live, where the places where we live, they are residential complexes, and it is usual to have neighbors around. Neighbors are people who live close to our house. And sometimes, most of the time rather, we enjoy good and friendly relationship with them. Sometimes we have less interaction with some neighbors, okay? But in very unusual circumstances, you might have some people who live near your house, they are your neighbors, and they're very quarrelsome and unfriendly. So today we are going to talk about that kind of an unusual circumstance. Okay, understood or not understood? Right. So how do your neighbors behave with you? Who will answer this question? Sai, do you have neighbors? Do you have friendly neighbors or do you have unfriendly neighbors? Tell. Okay, your mic is muted. So let me ask Ridan. Ridan, do you have neighbors and are they friendly or unfriendly?
Yes, ma'am, I do have neighbors and they are very friendly with me.
Okay. Now, when we live in apartments, especially, the houses are very close by. If you open the door, you see other people's houses. And sometimes, if there are children of your own age, they become like members of your own family. Does it happen? Or sometimes it is the opposite. Okay, Katyaini, do you have such neighbors who are friendly or there are neighbors who are unfriendly? Tell me.
I'm friendly.
Friendly ones. What about Kushagra? What happens if your neighbors treat you with hostility? Means they're hostile towards you. They feel as if you people are their enemies. Then what happens? So children, it's not essential that all the time we meet friendly people or those people who are always good to us, sweet to us, towards us, nice with us. Sometimes it is common to have people who are unfriendly, quarrelsome. So today, not only are we going to do a narrative and a description as such, we are also going to understand how to make use of negative tone adjectives. Okay, and how to describe those people who are not so friendly. Understood? First of all, I want to explain to you what is the meaning of unfriendly. Okay, so Atharva will read this. What is the meaning of unfriendly? Please read.
It means lacking in friends or warmth in feeling.
Lacking in friendliness. Okay, this is a
Lacking in
yes,
friendliness.
friendliness, right? And then
Ma'am.
similar some words which you can use for unfriendly people. Sai will read the first one.
Argumentative.
What is the meaning of argument? Sai, do you know what is argument?
Ma'am, I don't know that.
Okay, so argument means that you say something, but they answer back in an unfriendly manner. So that's called an argument. So people who keep on, maybe not listening to what you're saying, but arguing back, they are known as argumentative people. Okay, children, do you know these words? Belligerent, aggressive, hostile. Okay, I brought these words. You can just learn them a little later and gradually also. But they all are similar words. People who are quarrelsome. Okay, you know this word, na, quarrelsome. They all mean the same thing only.
Yeah.
They are words for quarrelsome people, unfriendly people. Okay. So I just want to give you an exposure to the fact that there are so many words which you can use to express a similar thing. Because if you keep on writing the same adjective, he's unfriendly, he's unfriendly, he's unfriendly, he's unfriendly, your writing will not express anything. It will be repetitive, boring, and non-expressive. Katyayani, did you understand what I just said?
Yes, ma'am.
So do you want your writing to be uninteresting or interesting?
Interesting.
Then read this word. Hostile.
Hostile. He behaves like your enemy.
All right. Do you think that the two countries who are at war nowadays, they are friendly countries or hostile countries?
Hostile countries.
So did you understand this word a little bit? So hostile means
ma'am.
a person who is not friendly. He is almost like an enemy, not exactly an enemy all the time, but unfriendly. Sarcastic person means he comments to make fun of you, mock you, and they want to hurt you with their words. Okay. Nasty. Do you know this word? Janvi, do you know this word? Nasty.
Yes, ma'am. Nasty means not nice and good.
Yes, good, good. Janvi, has somebody been nasty with you?
No.
Okay. Bossy means acts like your boss, behaves like a boss. Another word for this could be dominating. Okay. So children, what would you do if you have an unfriendly neighbor? If you don't want to think about a neighbor, you can think about some other person who's perhaps a relative, or he's your friend, or he's an acquaintance, a person whom you have met and you had a bad experience with. Ridan, I'll just now listen to what you're saying. Okay, so I just want to say that it's not necessary that this person is your neighbor. You can think about any such person who's been a quarrelsome person and who has been bossy, hostile, argumentative. Are you following these words now, children? Say yes or no, at least some of them, not all, but some. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Quarrelsome. I'm giving you that word. Okay, now Ridan wants to share his experience about an unfriendly person. Any unfriendly person. Okay, please go
Teacher,
ahead.
yes, I have had this experience before, but I don't know the name who it was. But all I did is like ignored them and tolerated them.
All right. So that's the thing. That's an interesting thing that you said. And it's a very suitable suggestion. So children, people who are hostile, not calm, argumentative. The only thing that you can do with them is stay calm, take a deep breath, right? And then what you have to do, not react to their silly comments or hostile, sarcastic comments. So, children, this lesson is not just meant to teach you how to write this narrative paragraph. It is also meant to explain to you some life skills that as you grow, as you are growing older, it will be natural that you do meet some such people who are not so friendly. If you have met such people, say, have you ever met any such person who was quarrelsome? Maybe a shopkeeper, maybe a taxi driver. Anybody? Okay. Has anybody met an unfriendly person?
Miss me.
Okay. Okay, Janvi, please share your experience with us.
Actually, my dog was barking at someone and it was screaming at the dog like, get out. And I was so sad, like the dog was so lonely and he didn't have any family. You could just take the dog as a family. And he was like, the dog has to go and go.
Okay, so you felt that his attitude towards the dog was not a friendly attitude. He was quarrelsome. Okay. And you did not like the way he behaved with your dog. Okay. And that person seemed to be
Not
unfriendly to you. Okay.
not with my dog, his own dog.
Oh, his own dog. Oh, that's really very sad. Then he shouldn't have kept a pet. Okay, that's really hostile. Kushagra also wants to say something. Kushagra, would you like to say? He also had some unfriendly people. He tried to make them his friends, but later on, he ignored them because of their hostile nature. Maybe they were sarcastic, is what he's uh, telling us. Okay. Maybe your mic is not working, Kushagra. So, children, I have brought one paragraph for you. So, first of all, I want to teach you that I've already taught you the brainstorming, the structure, and all these things. Now, I want to teach you how to write a narrative. A narrative is, when you have had an experience with a certain person, it's your personal experience. So, when you write a personal narrative, then you make use of the first person. Okay, what is the first person? You must make use of the first person. Right? What is first person? Okay. All right. First person means I and we. Okay. Right. So let's say read the first paragraph. Read, say. Okay, your mic is not working. So let Jahanvi read till you get your mic fixed.
My neighbors are very unfriendly people, and most of the people around dislike them. If I meet them on the way and greet them, they do not even reciprocate.
Reciprocate. So I've brought this new word for you, children. Reciprocate means do not acknowledge. They do not answer back. Now I'm going to highlight the negative words as we are, reading this. First, I will ask you, and then I will tell from the first sentence, and later on, you people will identify the negative words and tell me. Okay. So the word like dislike. So let me highlight it for you. Okay, I'll make it red. All right. Please read.
Earlier, when I tried to have a polite conversation with them, they ignored me and gave me cold looks. Later, I learned that they are discourteous with other neighbors as well. In fact, they even ill treat children. If they see anyone playing in front of their house, they come out and tell them to leave using rude language that scares them.
Okay, so these are, can you please identify the negative words, children? So I am just
Ill
going,
treat.
okay,
Miss ill treat.
okay, ignored, and then this is a positive word, polite conversation, but they are just following the opposite. In fact, ill treat is also good, Janvi, is a negative word. So these are the negative words. What I am focusing on is, children, to make you understand how to write a description which is about a negative thing. Okay, that's the focus of my class. There are other words also. Can anyone identify? Okay, rude
Rude.
and scare. Scare means, to get scared means to be afraid of. Katyayani, do you know this word, scare?
Yes,
Miss
ma'am.
reciprocate. Reciprocate.
I'm going to explain this paragraph to you. So I am going to read this, and while
Cold.
children, while I'm reading, you can treat it as a model and you can start writing also, right?
Miss cold.
My sorry.
Cold looks is also one.
Okay, yes, cold looks is also a negative phrase. Yes, you're right about it. Good, Janvi. So my neighbors are very unfriendly people. So I have given an introduction and I am introducing them as unfriendly people. You can write down also, children, and most of the people around dislike them. So if most of the people dislike them, it actually means that they are quite unfriendly. If I meet them on the way and greet them, they do not even reciprocate. So reciprocate means to give an answer back. Means if you are saying good morning to them, they should also say good morning. That is called reciprocating. Okay. In the same answer, in the same manner is called reciprocate. Understood? Earlier, when I tried to have a polite conversation with them, they ignored me and gave me cold looks. Okay. Did you understand this? Okay. Later, I learned that they are discourteous with other neighbors as well. What is the meaning of discourteous? Disrespectful, rude. It's another word for being rude. So the next thing that I'm teaching you, children, is that when you write on a particular topic, you'll have to repeat a similar idea again in order to emphasize it. Because of that, you require a lot of synonyms, means similar meaning words. In fact, they even ill-treat children. If they see anyone playing in front of their house, they come out and tell them to leave using rude language that scares them. That means the children. Okay, children, understood the first paragraph? Let's go ahead. Sai, can you read this paragraph now, please?
Yes, ma'am. To make matters worse, they are untidy and severely lack civic sense. During the week, they often throw their trash in front of their house. I saw Dieter picking up a fight. I get it cleaned on my own. Unfortunately, they throw more later on. They are irresponsible people who do not care about others around them. They do not even keep their own property clean. Their garage looks like a garbage room with empty cans, bottles, and other discard material. Their garden is unkept with tall grass growing in it, but they just do not care about it.
Okay, now I will explain this paragraph to you. Okay, and I have brought certain words that are maybe not in your vocabulary, children. I will give you the easier alternatives. If you want, you can use these words which are new for you. If you want, you can replace them with the easier words. That's okay. Now, to make matters worse is an idiom. Okay? It's an idiom, idiomatic usage. They are untidy. I'm highlighting the negative words. Atharva, are you writing? And severely. What is the meaning of severe? Strongly. Okay? Sai, did you understand this word? Kushagra, are you
Yes.
following this word? They severely lack civic sense. What is the meaning of civic sense? Of living in a city, actually, or a society, or to live with manners. So civic sense means they do not have manners of living in a city. Okay, like when you throw garbage just on the road, you litter around, and you don't even care, or you're not sensitive towards other people. Okay, suppose you enter a lift and you scratch on the walls of the lift. When you go out, you throw garbage and litter the entire place so that other people, they get disturbed. When you go to a park, you unnecessarily pluck the flowers and damage the plants. It means you do not have proper manners. Okay, severely means strongly. Ridan, are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Strongly lack the sense of having good manners. So they have bad manners. But when we are writing a paragraph, children, it seems to be very immature to just write like that. We are making use of specific phrases to draw an accurate mind picture. Am I successful in teaching you this? Tell me. Okay. Nobody is answering that. During the week, they often throw their trash. Katyayani, what is the meaning of trash? Trash means garbage. Okay. So if you don't know the meaning of trash, you can write garbage. You all know what is garbage. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. As I detest, what is the meaning of detest? Detest means strongly hate something. It's a very strong word. When one thing is you hate something, you hate itself is a powerful word. But when you strongly hate something, you dislike it to a very great extent, then it's called detest. Okay, detest. Understood or not understood?
Understood.
Very good.
Test
Good.
in French, it means I don't like something.
Yes.
Like I don't like apples, so I
Yes.
detest it.
One thing is, no, detest is very strongly hate something. Okay. You
I'm
can't
talking about like
tolerate it. You can't even tolerate it. That is the meaning of the word detest. Picking up a fight is again an idiom. When you pick up a fight with, this is a idiomatic language. I am making use of certain idioms to make this description very vivid. So picking up a fight means they fight with other people. They deliberately fight. When you deliberately fight with somebody, there is no reason also, then also you start fighting with somebody. That's called picking up a fight. As I detest picking up a fight. So the writer hates to fight with others. Therefore, he gets the garbage cleaned on his own. Okay. Unfortunately, they throw more later on. They are irresponsible people who are, what is the meaning of irresponsible?
Not responsible.
Yes, they don't want to take any responsibility of anything. Okay, understood or not, children? Oh, right. So they're irresponsible people who do not care about others around them. So do not care is also a negative tone phrase. They don't even keep their own property clean, right? Their garage looks like a garbage room with empty cans, bottles, and other discarded material. The garden is unkempt. What is the meaning of unkempt?
Means not kept.
Untidy. Okay, it means untidy. So you can, if you don't want to use this word, you find it difficult, use untidy. But tall grass growing in it, but they just do not care about it. They don't care if their own garden and garage are dirty. Okay? Besides being unfriendly and dirty, they are extremely noisy, right? Have you seen, have you experienced noisy neighbors? If they have a party at home, they put the music on full volume, and they don't care about whether their neighbors are getting disturbed or not. Have you ever had such noisy neighbors? Kushagra? Never. Radhan? Atharva? Noisy neighbors?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So they do not, their babies also always cry, either because he's hungry or he wants something. They do not even try to make him calm. Then they also have a dog. So Janvi, this is an experience that you shared with us. They have a dog that barks all the time. Perhaps they don't look after the dog properly. It distracts me and I cannot concentrate on my work. As people who coexist in society, it is important that we are respectful of other people. Otherwise, it becomes hard to live in the same vicinity. Okay, vicinity means neighborhood. Understood, children? So this was the brief paragraph, and you can make note of this paragraph now.